Tom here, g'day champions, how's it going? And welcome back to this week's Vendor Reset, the greatest on the interweb. It's July 9th, and today's vendor video will cover my top picks, hot ticket, interesting items, and must-buy gear for the week. Remember to show your support if you enjoy or find this video helpful. A simple like is all that it takes, and if you're not already, make sure that you subscribe. Righto champions, server maintenance is now done and dusted. Maintenance this week was for fixes including the missing weapon sounds, Hina's watch access for older characters, crafting station rolling issues, and some minor UI improvements. But now that things are back up and running, it's time for the vendors, so let's get stuck in. Starting at the countdown vendor this week, we've got the Baker's Dozen. This one's not too bad if you like playing from cover. We've got the setup backpack that's got great armor, it's got crit hit damage and crit hit chance. This one is amazing, definitely worth grabbing. And we've got the swap chain SMG, I'm not a fan of it, so I'm going to be skipping it. Remember, you can pick up any of these pieces throughout the week, but they will cost you 75 countdown credits each. Now we're going to quickly duck over to the lads in New York and check out to see what's available at the Haven. I thought Marco would at least have one good item this week, but it doesn't look that way. Moving on. And now for our old mate Roy next door, it doesn't look great either until we get down to this Grupo mask. It's all red. It's got decent weapon damage, crit hit chance, and crit hit damage. You could go a couple of different ways with it. Keep it all red or swap the core weapon damage roll to armor. It's up to you guys. At your White House vendor this week, we've got the Mechanical Animal. It's not a bad one. You can just swap that mag size to damage to targets out of cover. Quick browse at the other items. There's nothing fantastic that stands out. This Fenris chest piece may be for a headshot Hazzy build, but that's a fast stretch. Now we're at our clan vendor where we've got the Hamano backpack. The rolls on it aren't fantastic, and to be honest, I haven't even used this piece before, so I'm going to skip it. We've got hotshot gloves that have weapon damage and status. And we've got future gloves and future chest piece. Both of them are great. They come with a skill tier, just roll on repair skills. And a quick glance at all the other items. Maybe the Grupo holster here if you want it all red and just roll that headshot to crit. And honestly, everything else is a pass from me. So moving on. At the theater settlement this week, we do have a mop. This one's a pretty good one as a support weapon, just swap that talent to whatever you like. The only other item that might be of some interest is the Palisade gloves. I know a lot of players like picking these up to deconstruct them so that they can craft better items. I don't really do that, so I'm going to be passing. Now we're at the castle settlement where the named item this week is the Scalpel. This is the marksman rifle with future perfection. If you want it, pick it up. The M44 does already have determined on it, but it is a weak hitting sniper. The other items here, they're not great. Moving on. Now we're stopping at the campus where we've got the Nightwatcher mask. This one's got average armor and status effect. A quick glance at the other pieces, there's nothing else here. Moving on. Now it's time for our Dark Zone vendors, and we're going to start at DZ West where we've got the Harmony. This one's already got damage to targets out of cover on it, which is great. This is awesome for hybrid and skill builds. We've also got the new Light Glue shotgun with perfect brazen. This thing drops like hotcakes in the open world. Don't waste your credits on it here. And everything else here is pretty mediocre. I'm going to be skipping it. Shooting on down to DZ South now where we've got the Devil's Stew backpack. Unfortunately, the rolls on this are pretty terrible, and still health isn't the most viable attribute in the game. So I'm going to be skipping it. There's a Cabaret, Honey Badger, Pistol, a couple of pieces of Hardwire, yada yada yada. It's all below average gear. Moving on. And for our last stop this week, it's at DZ East where we've got the Carnage. The rolls on this one are pretty decent, except for that damage to targets out of cover. Unfortunately, browsing through everything else, it's pretty much dog water, so I recommend saving your resources this week. So that's going to wrap it up for this week's Vendor Reset champions. If you're interested in the daily targeted loot, it's on your screen now. Thanks to everyone for tuning in, and make sure that you show your support by smashing the like button on this video, and if you're not already, make sure that you subscribe. Everyone's support is always greatly appreciated. Remember to stay frosty, keep looting, shooting, and giving them hell, and I hope to catch you all in the next one. I'm Plum, Plum out.